Okay. I'm going to go ahead and bring the meeting to order December 10th. Planning and zoning.
Do you have
I do not.
a definitely almost.
Yeah. Do this. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All righty.
I think we can be a lot less formal because it's not a meeting, it's like kind of like a work session.
Okay.
Anyway.
I'm open. I'm lead the horse to water. I'll drink.
Go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't need the roll call. Let's just go ahead and talk about it. Nick?
You can probably start with if you guys. So we had no public comment. We cannot vote on the minutes because we don't have quorum. And then there was no public hearing today. So it's probably jump to commissioner report. So if you guys want to bring up anything to me, and I'll write it down, do my best, and address any concerns I can. So
I don't have anything.
I got two things. One, kind of both are related. The skate park hasn't been the trash has not been being picked up, and it was up to about, I'd guess it at 5 bags, when they drove by. And, they were trying. I mean, they were putting it in bags and piling it up, and it's going to get, animals get into it and stuff.
okay.
The other place the other trash concern is, as we get more people in the boulevard, the trash stacks up outside the bear boxes, and then that negates the function of it. And if people are trying to keep it clean, there are kind of crazy homeowners that pick up trash, and if there's places to put it, it goes away. But if there aren't places to put it, then it just blows around.
Yes.
Got it out again, isn't it?
So, sorry.
No, that's perfect. No, I appreciate it because that's
I
stuff I
agree
can
with
take.
you.
Yeah.
Stuff
We're
I
not
can take
keeping this
to.
place clean.
Yeah,
We're starting
I
to
stopped in and talked to the skate park folks, and
Yeah.
I told them that they shouldn't be jumping into bids, and that's not what you.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that skate park. I walked over to it the other day, and it occurred to me that if you put a sprinkler system in on that thing, it becomes an ice tube in the wintertime. It's a lot more useful as an ice tube and a slalom with them cracks and everything, and that just fills right up with ice,
I appreciate that. I'll talk to Public Works about the trash in those two areas. Definitely, I know they've been busy with the snow and stuff like that, but they could definitely. They're good too. So when I talk to them, I'll see them tomorrow morning. Probably, I'll tell them they'll probably have it empty pretty quick.
The third one is actually at Kit Carson. I don't know if we ever get enough snow again. You know how they try to slide down there, but there's things to run into like cannons and trees and stuff. I have a boatload of hay bales that I'm trying to get rid of. So if we ever needed them, I can't see at the end of their life, then somebody has to haul them off. So
Okay.
I think that the community garden might take them, but I don't know. Have people done sledding in? Have you ever seen sledding at Kit Carson before?
Oh,
I mean,
I don't
but
know.
where they put
Usually, yeah, but or there used to be at least. I don't know if there's, but I'll talk to Public Works a little bit too because they're
I don't know,
always
see
those
what-
guys out there.
they want to do any.
Okay.
Would that be the youth group? If the youth group would be the one that would, if their little kids wanted to use the.
Yeah, I could talk to the youth group as well. I think I have a contact over there.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll let you know on that. I could definitely do that.
Thanks. Sorry.
All good. Like I said, I'll talk to Public Works about the trash at the boulevard and the skate park. On the skate park, the city is going to put it out to bid again within the next month or two. So hopefully something we did have we reached out to an engineering to design the fixes, but the cost of that engineering was outrageous.
Right.
It was going to end up being two or three times as much as the fix itself. So we didn't move forward with the engineer designs. We're just going to put out to bid like we did before, and hopefully get multiple bids and do the process the right way. Yeah. So I have just a couple updates on projects that you guys have helped work on and just where they're standing. So the first is the Mark. This was a project about a year ago in December. It was actually a rezone. It was 34 affordable units up in City View Heights off Northern Avenue, between Northern Avenue and Camillus. So that project was seeking CHAFA tax credit funding last February. It was not successful in receiving that funding, but I've been working with the developer in the last week or so, a couple weeks. They're going to reapply. It's going to be a similar project. There is some changes, so it will have to come back to Planning Commission, but and that's planned for January. But it's just letting you guys know it wasn't successful first time. But they're going to reapply, and hopefully it was in January we'll go through the details. But it's a good project, and the city's really excited about it. So happy to have that one come back to us, and hopefully we could do what we can there. The San Isabel rezone. That was on the agenda at the special meeting in October. They had one condition about a platted utility easement. They took care of that, and it's got read. The first reading was at council December 7th, and the next one's next Tuesday, December 17th. So that one's moving forward, which was a good project as well to activate a vacant property in town. For Eagle Rock, this is the big monster development we've been dealing with a little bit with Duran Ventures. So they had, if you remember, May or June, we did their minor subdivision for one parcel, one lot. So that house is being built, has a building permit. It's under construction right now. As part of that whole development, there was a sewer bypass that we've talked about a little bit. Commissioner Monterano has been bringing it up quite a bit, and that's nearing completion. So they're almost done with that project. There's a little bit of utility work left, and then just patch back of the road. So very good. That's going to allow that project fully to open up and move forward. So having that done is in the rearview mirror is a big win for the developer and the city. The developer's also constructing Wahatoya Way, which is that was approved with the previous plat in 2001-ish. They platted a road in 10 lots in the same area. It's right there. The road itself goes from the Espinoza, Garfield, Saddle Road, that 5-point kind of intersection there, up in Allendale, and it runs down, it has an angle, and it goes down to Peak Street. So Peak Street's the one, if you're going on Morris Canyon by the school, Morris Canyon hits that stop sign, you have to turn. Instead, you go straight. That's Peak Street there. It has a handful of houses that are a little bit newer to town. So that's where that road intersects, and they're working on that. He'll get 10, like I said, there's 10 lots and a road platted on there that they're working on. That was from the previous agreement. That was previous approvals, previous agreements that, but it's part of the development. Really, really good. The last piece of it was the last thing we heard in October was a major subdivision and rezone. As part of that, one of the conditions was we needed engineered plans before we went to council. So the developer's still working through the engineered plans because I think they're doing a little bit of cost engineering. So trying to cut costs just a little bit, maybe making their sewer not as deep, stuff like that. So they're still working through that. So it hasn't went to council yet. The Frontier, they're completing asbestos abatement, and it should be in the next week or so, and then there'll be final demolition after that. And then the city's working with the developer that owns the property, trying to get a use of it again. So
I was just fixing to ask if they come up with a use for it yet.
what's that?
I said I was just fixing to ask if they come
Yeah,
up with a use yet.
It is the property owner is Circle K, so you can figure where the use is there. But they do have a couple issues with their CDOT access permit at the moment, so. But city's helping them best we can, because we really want we really want the building down, but we also want a good use out of it afterwards.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. The Opera House, so right now the owner of the Opera House is working with Trinidad Urban Renewal Authority, that's TURA, for a loan to stabilize the building and get the walkway opened. They were nearing finalizing their loan, and they got bids for the work, and it ended up being a little bit higher. So they're still working with Tura, but the city's kind of putting some real pressure on the owner, saying if this loan doesn't work out, or you can't really move forward here right now, you know, with this loan that you guys are working on, then we're going to have to start looking at other ways on how we could get the
Appreciate
building demolished, because it's went on long enough. So
Appreciate that.
yeah, we want to save the building, just like, because it is a beautiful historic building, but
Right,
there's a clock too. So
right.
so we're definitely looking at that. And then just a couple general ones. The city was awarded the local planning capacity grant. It allows for increased capacity in the planning department. So I was actually able to hire someone to help with affordable housing efforts, which was great, because we have quite a few of them moving forward. And then this person also is going to work with Tura. Tura mostly addresses blighted properties, so we'll see how that works together. But it help activate Tura, get more involved, and it should be a really, really good thing for the city to move forward with that. It also helps pay for Michael Uhrman on some of our affordable housing projects. So I appreciate that. So
Always
I
glad to
always
have him.
appreciate I appreciate his help a lot. And then just a couple quick things. The land use applications are down, and it is because of, one, there's not as much development at the time, but that's something we see in the building department entirely. There's not as many building permits right now, and I think it was a little bit due to the high cost of construction, as well as a little bit of the elections that happened. A lot of people like to wait and see if maybe costs will come down afterwards, which is almost always a
Right.
thing that happens every election. But then two also was your guys' work on making the code more development friendly. A lot of things in the past that would came to planning commission get handled administratively. So that's where a lot of this goes to, is I get to write a letter saying, oh yeah, you know, you've had a previous application approved, you don't need to go back to planning commission. They ain't going, you know, as long as nothing's changed, the use is all the same, we're just wasting everyone's time and money at that point. So that stuff like that is really affected as well. So puts the work on me, which is totally fine. That's what you get paid to do. So that's all I have. Oh, actually, one more thing. The area wide plan. I know you guys were working on that. This was actually predated myself. I've been here for 1 year, so this predated me. I'm still reviewing it. We received it finally. Received it like a week or two ago. I did upload it on the planning drive.
Okay.
So if you guys want to take a look at it, feel free. I am going to work. We are working with Stantec. They created the plan for us, and we're going to work with them on getting some public meetings so they can do some presentation on it and kind of give us their highlights of it. But yeah.
Is it about time to rewrite it, or?
No.
No, good, okay.
No.
How long
Yeah,
is it? Because it's now 3-4 years old, right?
Is that right?
Isn't it?
I thought we were supposed to do corrections like every 5 years.
Because
We're
we just
behind,
finished ours
right?
for Parks. We just
Right.
finished ours for Parks and Rec, and I saw a really pretty one for this area wide one, but then. So.
Yeah, I think this one was completed in it started in 2022. Initially, that was just outreach, and then the actual document was developed through 2020. Started in 2023, and yeah, they finished it. So
Okay.
a couple weeks ago. So if you want to take a look at it, it's pretty. I'm still reviewing it because it's extremely long, and like I
Yeah.
said, it predated me, so I didn't know. I'm starting from kind of zero on it, but it's very helpful too. It's a very helpful document. So yeah, I put it in the planning drive. You guys can look at it, and like I said, I'll keep everyone appraised on what public meetings we have, on any presentations from Stantec on it, because that way you guys can be involved in that as well. So that's That's all I got.
Okay, I guess we just close this thing up, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.